The Class D1 Championship pits the Flyers of Humphrey St. Francis against the Knights of Archbishop Bergan. Humphrey St. Francis has a winning tradition in the state tournament. They are 6-3 all-time in state championship games. They beat Axtell 2 years ago in this championship game. That was their last appearance in the final. For Bergan, they have won 2 state titles, both in Class C. They have moved down to Class D this year, but they are undefeated, and many believe the odds-on favorite to roll through this tournament. So far, so good, but St. Francis provides a pretty interesting challenge. It's the Class D1 Championship, and we're back with the player introductions right after this.
Rising from acres of Midwestern farm fields, a revolution is coming. A new era of energy independence from foreign oil. It's called soy biodiesel. Made with soybean oil, this fuel is a sustainable, renewable resource. America, it's time for an oil change. Soy biodiesel, grown in the Midwest. Programming on NET television is made possible in part by U.S. Bank. Across Nebraska, the nation, and everywhere in between, U.S. Bank provides financial, trust, and investment services to individuals, large corporations, and small businesses. Wherever you go, whether it's in person, on the phone, or on the World Wide Web, you'll find U.S. Bank. You'll find more than 50,000 U.S. bankers, home of the 5-star service guarantee.
Programming provided by Nebraska Public Power District.
My job as an engineer for the Nebraska Public Power District is rewarding. My education and technical skills are used every day to help generate electricity for Nebraskans. And I feel good because I believe that what I do maintains the state's quality of life. NPPD is where I want to be.
Nebraska Public Power District. Always there when you need us. Together with your local public power utility.
D1 is on deck. Archbishop Bergan versus Humphrey St. Francis. Kevin Suits, John Bishop. Should be a pretty good one.
It all is going to begin and end with Wes Eichmeyer, a guy whose name we're going to be calling a lot. We'll have more on his story in just a little bit, but there's a lot of great players in this game. Let's meet them now as we go across the way to public address announcer Rich Broderson.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Nebraska School Activities Association, welcome to the Bomda Valley Sports Center for Championship Saturday for the 2008 Nebraska High School Boys State Basketball Tournament. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for today's Class D1 Championship game between the 23-2 Humphrey St. Francis Flyers and the 26-0 Archbishop Bergan Knights. Here are the lineups. First, the non-starters for Humphrey St. Francis. Number 10, Trent Clausen. Number 14, Matt Corris. Number 20, Miles Corris. Number 22, Jamison Werner. Number 32, Derek Clausen. Number 40, Nick Grings. And number 42, Grant Egger. And now the non-starters for Archbishop Bergan. Number 5, Tom Wint. Number 11, Nick Jensen. Number 13, Patrick Rasmussen. Number 21, Tanner Worth. Number 34, Joey Spillenberg. Number 45, Derek White. And number 55, David Miles. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's the starting lineup for the Humphrey St. Francis Flyers. A 6-foot senior, number 12, Randy Foltz. A 6'2 senior, number 24, Steve Wimhoff. A 6'1 senior, number 30, Mitchell Weiser. A 6'3 senior, number 44, Kendall Bender. And a 6'10 senior, number 52, Nathan Noonan. The assistant coach for the Flyers is Brent Richmond, and the head coach for Humphrey St. Francis is Eric Kessler. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's the starting lineup for the Archbishop Bergan Knights. A 6'1 senior, number 3, Brian Likas. A 6'2 senior, number 15, Travis Brown. A 6'2 junior, number 24, Jim Wilmus. A 6'2 senior, number 25, Isaac Morrissey. And a 6'3 senior, number 44, Wes Eichmeyer. The assistant coaches for the Knights are Chris Rainforth, Matt Schleider, Father Eric Olson, and Tyler Swanson. And the head coach for Archbishop Bergan, Chris Paulson.
All right, guys, so Wes Eichmeyer coming into this game, one of the secret weapons for Archbishop Bergan, averaging 30 a game yesterday, injured his back. We caught up with him after. He said a back injury won't keep him from playing in this game.
I'm going to play through it. I mean, every kid goes out there every year and dreams of playing in this game, and I'm not going to let something like this pull me back, so I'm just going to fight through it and see what happens.
Joined by my sidekick, Nikki, here to show you where the injury is. We can get you to turn around. They say it's right underneath the shoulder blades here, which is making it hard for Eichmeyer to do any sort of lateral movement. They iced him down. He says he feels a lot better today, but we'll have to monitor. He did score 35 with that injury yesterday. Guys?
Well, it's obvious, and thank you very much, Dan, that that particular area doesn't affect his free throw shooting. He went a perfect 16 of 16 yesterday at the foul line and scoring 35 points in the win over Meade. Accounted for 35 of 51 points for his team yesterday.
So you're telling me 35 points injured?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Of course, Eichmeyer's been drawing a lot of headlines, a lot of attention for the last 2 years, ever since he committed to Iowa State. Last year, they were knocked out in the semis by Ponca in Class C2. They dropped down a class this year because, of course, classes are determined by enrollment, and Bergan has played mostly a C1, C2 schedule, and they have mauled just about everybody. But as we said, St. Francis has been here before. They were here just 2 years ago, and they are a very proud program. Here's that pressure defense by Bergan. A lot of heat, and we're going to have a reach-in foul as Randy Foltz, one of 3 players on the floor for St. Francis, who were in the championship game to some extent 2 years ago.
Obviously experience for Humphrey St. Francis. John, we talked in the first game about the balanced fields in all 6 classes. This is the one where there is a clear-cut favorite, being Archbishop Bergan.
And on the inbound, the pass is tipped away. Eichmeyer will trigger it down the floor. That's going to be a walk. One thing about Eichmeyer, he can play the point, he can play on the wings, he can play in the post if he has to, which is not uncommon, of course, in college. He'll be more of a specialized player, probably a guy who will play out on the wings, I would presume, but you never know what Iowa State might have in store for him.
My best guess is he's just going to be a perimeter shooter. The ball, I don't think will be in his hands as much as it is here at the high school level.
Here's a drive-in by Foltz, between defenders, and a foul. Randy Foltz played 7 minutes of that championship game a couple of years ago when they beat Axtell 70-34. This year, of course, a much more integral part of the offense. As you see him get hacked right there. Second foul on Bergan, first foul on Travis Brown. Foltz averaged 13 points this season.
The key for Humphrey St. Francis is to avoid getting caught up in the whole Archbishop Bergan factor. The fact that they're #1, they're undefeated on the year, 26-0. They have the top scorer in the state. They have to throw all that aside because obviously what it comes down to right now is what's going to happen over the next 4 quarters.
First point of the game scored at the foul line. Foltz goes 1 for 2, and St. Francis with the early lead. James Wilmus into the front court for Archbishop Bergan. 2-0 in 2 previous state championship games, their last in 1987. Across the floor, fumbled, tried to hook a pass out, was Brown, and it was right into the hands of the Flyers. So a tough early start for Bergen offensively, trying to get on track. And that's going to be a push in the back. Travis Brown trying to get defensive positioning. Nathan Noonan will be a problem, I would presume. The 6'10 senior towers over anyone else on the floor.
7 inches taller from anybody else on the court. Noonan at 6'10", he's a senior, averaging about 9 points a game.
So after the foul, which is the quick second foul on Travis Brown, St. Francis will inbound, and here they come. Bender through, pass taken away. Bergen will like to run and press it up the floor when they can. A look inside, pass denied by Mitchell Weiser. And that keeps Bergen from maybe getting a close look at the basket.
Surprised how much Bergen's trying to get the ball inside early. They're having some difficulties. That's because Humphrey St. Francis is all over the court, tipping passes away.
Still, though, only a 1-0 lead. 90 seconds in, Bergen.
Again, St. Francis just reading the passing lanes, breaking on the basketball.
Wilmus has it knocked away, and it's going to move up ahead to Wemhoff. Wemhoff, though, slips on his way down, somehow finds his teammate, and we're going to have another foul. Boy, that looked out of control from the beginning, but it still goes to the benefit of the Flyers. Wilmus with the foul. Watch it again. Lost the dribble, got it back, slipped.
About the same area. The court monster coming up twice.
That was close. Already the 4th foul and the 2nd on Wilmus. Inbound, shot, short. Here's Eichmeyer. Lost it off his foot and goes sprawling to the floor. He had 3 defenders on top of him, and he's grimacing a little bit as he comes back down to his Eichmeyer.
He also wanted a foul on that sequence.
So a rough start for Bergen offensively. Here's a runner in the lane. Short rebound, and stepping on the line was Mitchell Weiser. St. Francis really moving around well in this first quarter. They are step for step with Archbishop Bergen. You know, one of the things that many experts says is the difference between last year's team and this year's is that Eichmeyer has a better supporting cast around him. But right now, St. Francis every bit as good man to man.
St. Francis getting a lot of good looks early on, so credit their offensive game plan out of the gates.
Eichmeyer's going to drive it in. Shot no good, and it'll stay Bergen basketball. Eichmeyer is both dribble penetrator and outside shooter. We talked about his 35 points yesterday, had 29 on Thursday. From the corner, got it. Eichmeyer's first 3, Bergen's first 3.
Got to roll with the punches if you're Humphrey St. Francis. Eichmeyer is going to get free and knock down some shots, but the goal is to just weather the storm and try to eliminate those as much as possible.
Here comes Bergen again. Eichmeyer will pull up and shoot the jumper. No. Ball tipped right back out, though, into the hands of Likas. St. Francis trying to control it and dribbled out of bounds. Kendall Bender almost had it, but almost not enough. Miles Corris will come in as you take a quick look at the back of Chris Paulson, the head coach of the Knights. Here's the inbound and the big block. There's Noonan's first real presence of the afternoon. Outlet pass down the floor, though, and Mitchell Weiser could not catch up to it, tickled off his fingers.
The Flyers flying down the court. Weiser releasing the second that block got swatted by Noonan.
Still only 3-1. We're almost halfway into this first quarter. Could this be a theme of the day? Offensive struggles. That ball was deflected, and it comes down into the hands of Fultz. Fultz will try to take it in himself, and they'll call the block. Crashing to the ground is Brian Likas. Here it is again.
St. Francis is just all over the court. They're doing a solid job defensively. They're being very disruptive. I guess that's a pretty good game plan against Bergen, because Bergen always seems to be in control in all of their games they've played this year. They've been the team to beat.
Pass, that ball was tipped by Eichmeyer, and Bergen's going to come out of there with it. Somehow it squirts out of the pile, and Isaac Morrissey comes up off the deck. Here's Eichmeyer into the front court for the Knights. Eichmeyer still having problems on the dribble and draws the foul. 5 fouls in the first quarter for Bergen in the first 3 minutes and 45 seconds. That is the first St. Francis foul, and Eichmeyer was looking down at his arm saying it's about time. Foul's going to be whistled on Noonan.
Eichmeyer can't get too caught up in the way the officials are calling the game, because they're letting him play right now.
No doubt about it.
Because Bergen's obviously trying to penetrate and get in the lane. Those are the fouls they're not calling. Yes, they are calling some fouls. There's 6 right now, but most of them coming not exactly in the lane.
Very active hands. Nice no-look pass down below. The layup good. Likas with the assist to Spellerberger. Spellerberg with the 2. Bergen leads by 4. Miles Chorus. Kendall Bender. Spinning, driving, short. 2 players came down at the same time with a rebound.
The basket will not count.
Nope, no basket.
But a good job by Bender, finding a way to get to the cup, spinning, got his own rebound.
And that's the 6th foul already against Bergen with 3:41 left. Knights lead it by 4.
Live coverage of the 2008 State High School Basketball Championships is brought to you in part by Nebraska's independent colleges offer individualized attention and a close student-faculty relationship with a goal of educational success. The Nebraska Abstinence Education Program, working to prevent teenage pregnancy and the spread of sexually transmitted disease by promoting sexual abstinence until marriage. Nebraska Furniture Mart, with 450,000 square feet of furniture, flooring, appliances, and electronics all in one store. It's worth the trip. Concordia University, Nebraska, is a Christ-centered community ready to prepare students for a life of leadership and service.
Bergen leading 5-1, 3:41 to play in the first quarter.
Well, so far, Wes Eichmeyer has that first 3-point field goal, but it's been a physical contest so far. Bergen's already with 6 fouls in this game. St. Francis. This is Randy Fultz.
Bergen in a straight-up man-to-man. That's Eichmeyer guarding Fultz. Fultz averaging 13 a game.
There's a rainbow. Arcing down and through for Miles Chorus. First field goal for St. Francis, and it's 5-3. Eichmeyer wants to take it through again.
See, again, he's really trying to get in the lane, but Humphrey St. Francis is being so disruptive in there. There's 3 players clogged right around the free throw line, and they're just reaching in, swatting the ball free. It was a good job by Noonan. He's got some pretty long limbs.
But he just picked it. That was his 2nd foul. St. Francis comes back with it the other way. Spinning up and around, no. Tip try up and good. Noonan follows Bender, and we're tied.
Great job by Humphrey St. Francis, just coming out ready to play. No signs of shock considering their opponent.
Derek White. Now they go outside. This is Brian Likas. Nicholas Jensen. Tried the entry pass, and again it was tipped away. Nice underhand dish underneath. Layup missed, and the rebound pulled down. Foul. That's already the 7th foul of the quarter against Bergen. as Derek White, and there's that mismatch we've been talking about. Nathan Noonan, by far the tallest player on the floor.
Momentarily will be number 24, Steve Wimhoff. At the line, shooting 1-1.
Just trying to get the rebound.
If St. Francis can continue to exploit that size advantage underneath, chances will get better. They always say that if you've got a good big man, it gives you a puncher's chance against what is believed to be superior team. That's the front end of the 1-and-1, but it's missed. So here comes Bergen again, coming up through the lane, and there's Eichmeyer, pours it down.
That was nice. Very smooth, just knew when to stop and pop.
That is a lot of the offense, and the ball slips right between the legs of Fultz, and Eichmeyer's going to pull up from 3. But not this time. Eichmeyer closing in on some season records. We'll tell you about that as the broadcast goes along, but he's nearing 2,100 points in his prolific career. Drive in, and nice baseline move by Weiser.
Way to go, Weiser. Using the left hand, he had a defender closing in on his right side, switched hands and laid it in.
Eichmeyer has to kick it out for Likas. Now Morrissey through, blocked from behind, and there's Noonan again.
He's really commanding the paint. Now he's going to sit down for a quick breather.
As we look at it again, Morrissey comes through. Thinks he's got a lane open? Not quite. Now we'll see how things change up here. Minute 43 left in the first without Noonan on the floor. Let's see if that Bergen can take advantage of that. So far playing out on the perimeter. Eichmeyer lost it, tracks it back. Now he'll take it all the way in and scores.
Looked like a broken play. Eichmeyer regaining control, going right to the 10.
And it's 9-7, Bergen back on top, but coming back the other way off the glass, it's Kendall Bender, not to be outdone. Now you talk about the players who have experience in this game. Bender scored 15 2 years ago as a sophomore in the win over Axtell. So if there's someone you can lean on in a situation like this, it's certainly number 44 in blue with the basketball right now. And a chance for St. Francis to take their first lead. Or actually their second lead. They did have the first point, but he's called with the charge. As laying on the floor and getting up is Brian Likas. Holding serve, if you will, holding that set position on defense. Back in for Bergen is James Wilmus. He picked up a couple of quick fouls early in this game. Remember, Bergen already has St. Francis in the bonus, and we're just into the final minute of the first quarter.
Relatively low scoring, didn't expect it to be this low, but that's credit to a lot of good defense, particularly by Humphrey St. Francis.
Eichmeyer looking across the floor, and he threw it away. Likas was over there in the corner, but he had started to run the baseline, and the pass sails out of bounds. So a turnover, and St. Francis could presumably play for the last shot here, but now Bergen's going to pressure things and turn up the tempo. Chorus through the lane, that's going to be a traveling call. Lost control of the dribble by the time he got it back. He had momentum going and carried the pivot foot.
Right idea, though, because they had a 2-on-1 down in the paint. Just that initial dribble, a little too strong, couldn't keep control.
So here come the Knights with 20 seconds left in the first period. D1 championship here from the Bob Devaney Sports Center. Eichmeyer had that pass blocked, then shoots one underneath. Steve Wemhoff right on top of Wes Eichmeyer, rejected the pass, and then Eichmeyer fires an errant ball out of bounds. So now, final shot presumably for St. Francis again. Here comes Bender, 3 seconds left. Over in the corner, need to get something off, and they won't get a chance as Eichmeyer picks the pocket of Randy Fultz. So, kind of a slugfest here to start things off on this championship Saturday. It's all tied up between Bergen and St. Francis.
Hi, I'm Matt Davison, and I drive Nebraska's highways almost every day. Please use caution when driving in winter weather, and watch for highway workers as they clear the roads. Slow down when you meet a snowplow, And don't brake suddenly if you're traveling in front of one. They can't stop as quickly as a car or pickup. If you're gonna head out in winter weather, check out the Nebraska Travel Information website at 511nebraska.org or just dial them at 511. Don't take any chances this year. If there's ice and snow, take it slow.
Programming on NET television is provided in part by Education Quest Foundation. For over 20 years, Education Quest has provided free college planning resources to help students search colleges, search for scholarships, complete financial aid applications, and learn more about student loans. Education Quest is located in Kearney, Lincoln, and Omaha. Appointments available at 800-666-3721.
Welcome back to the Bob Devaney Sports Center, where I found Kevin Suits' cheering section. These fans, a big fan of my friend Kevin Suits. What's with the Kevin Suits sign? Where's the Dan Hedman sign?
We love you. We love you. Sports rock.
They just love everybody. It's a love fest over here. We'll send it back to you, Kevin. I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
I'm blushing too. I think my wife put somebody up to that.
From the corner, Eichmeyer, contested three, knocks it down. Should mention, for complete disclosure, there was an Elliott Suits who played 2 years ago for St. Francis, but we don't believe there's any relation.
John, we've traced this, or we've attempted to trace this as much as possible because, as some of you may know, I'm not actually from the state of Nebraska.
No.
From a little pod, a very small town in rural Illinois. And then I moved here and I found out there's Suitses. There's quite the clan up in Humphrey. I was shocked when I came here and somebody knew how to pronounce my name with the J in there. That's when I knew I was in comfortable territory.
No doubt about it. Well, after the alternating possessions, the arrow going to St. Francis, Bender missed the shot, down the floor, break, Eichmeyer. Such great body control. He's a lot of fun to watch.
The one word I use for Wes Eichmeyer is smooth. Everything he does is with the purpose. It just seems like the game is moving so slow for him, always in control. And you'll even see when he shoots, everything is just so methodic. He's done it time and time again.
He has 12 of Bergen's 14 points. Looking around, trying to find some teammates. That's a traveling call. As we mentioned, there's a number of records that Eichmeyer could break. I actually misspoke earlier, timeout on the floor. Eichmeyer now has 2,150 points. Jason Glock of Wahoo is about to be eclipsed if Eichmeyer scores 5 more points. And Eichmeyer's also closing in on some single season scoring records. He's already eclipsed 800 points this season, and he could quickly climb up the charts. He's passed Lee Sealer of Center, who scored 803 points in 1963. He's closing in on Leland Timmerman of Verdigris. I mean, there's a chance he could get way up there. I don't think, though, there's a chance that he's going to beat Kurt Lauer's state record of 956 points. He'd basically have to have 150 points in this game.
Think we're going to see that?
No.
He's good, though.
He's very good.
That's the point here. He's very good. Very humble kid, too. That's the thing I really like about Wes is he's very soft-spoken, and he just goes about his business just like anybody else would.
And that ball was kicked. That means Bergen's going to have to inbound here. 14-9 our score. Archbishop Bergen hailing from Fremont. St. Francis from Humphrey, Nebraska. Saw their girls team last week. Eichmeyer thought about going up for the shot, gave it up on the pass. Now an open three from the corner. That's from Wilmus. And here comes Bender back the other way. And he'll get 2 free throws.
Bender's not scared. 5 white jerseys in the paint. He'll still go to the line for 2. John, you mentioned St. Francis watching their girls team play last week here at the state tournament. Don't forget that Humphrey also made an appearance at girls state.
Exactly.
Humphrey High and then also St. Francis.
And that foul is on Wilmus, and he has picked up his 3rd foul. And the first free throw from Kendall Bender is good. Now, Bender averages 10 points a game, and you might be thinking, well, here's a kid who got 15 in the state championship game 2 years ago as a sophomore, and you would expect him to have more a bigger average this season, but Bender has gone through quite a season. He injured his ACL in the first football game of the year, second football game, I should say, as that ball was literally just taken away by Weiser. But then St. Francis loses it out of bounds, and the fans in blue not happy. But Bender has been fighting back from football injury and is just now getting back into basketball gear. 14-10 Bergen will be back.
The headaches were changing my daily routine.
Migraines caused Karen to see a neurologist who recommended a prescription.
I didn't want the drugs, and that's when she said to start walking. And so I started walking, and I haven't had a headache since. I'm a lot healthier than I was, and I can accomplish a lot more because I feel better. I just let Blue Cross Blue Shield know that I was living proof that walking does work.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska.
The blues are good for you.
The NSAA State High School Basketball Championships are underwritten in part by Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us, together with your local public power utility. The Nebraska Soybean Board, encouraging the use of renewable biodiesel fuels for a healthier environment. For information, nebraskasoybeans.org. And by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska. The Blues are good for you.
(14-10), Archbishop Bergen leading Humphrey St. Francis. 6:03 to go in the second quarter.
D1 championship. Nicholas Jensen's grandma watching Wes Eichmeyer and the Bergen Knights on the inbound. Entered to Spellerberg, who is fouled. Let's see who they get this one. That's going to be on Weiser. First foul on Mitchell Weiser, and team foul number 4 against the Flyers.
Slow-paced game so far, John.
Well, and that has to benefit St. Francis to some degree. The lower you're going to keep this score, the better the chance they're going to have at winning. Bergen on the season averages 76 points a game. And that ball was tipped last touch by St. Francis, so even though the foul shots don't go, Bergen's going to keep the possession. But we've seen him score 94 twice this year, 92 this year.
Oh, wow.
And there's Eichmeyer again. My goodness.
Pretty rainbow, just drops it in. Eichmeyer is now up to 15 points.
15 of the 17, and that time making the defensive play, knocking it out of bounds.
The question on Wes Eichmeyer is how would he fare at a higher level? I talked to Class B All-Stater Jake Reinders yesterday, who played summer ball with Wes, and said that Wes a lot of times draws a tough assignment.
That was a great pass, by the way. Wemhoff with the easy lay-in back door. But yeah, you do wonder about Eichmeyer. I mean, obviously there's going to be some work in the gym as well, because his frame, he's got some meat to put on the bones, if you will, to play the Division I game, especially at the Big 12 level.
Right, but still summer ball, high school ball, he's gone step for step with regardless who his opponent is. And I was even told that he bodied up pretty well against Josh Jones, and that mano-a-mano might have gone to the number 44 we're watching right now.
Oh my goodness, I would love to see that match.
That's what one of his teammates from the summer told me.
Of course, Josh Jones from Omaha Central, the two-time defending Class A champs, who we will see tonight in primetime against Bellevue East. He is a Creighton recruit. 17-12 for 3, a long 3. Randy Foltz comes up short though. Bergen leads by 5. Here comes Eichmeyer into the front court.
Bergen changed up the offense just a little bit. They're not so eager to get the ball in the lane. As I say that, there they go.
Well, they're working the perimeter a little bit first, but St. Francis contesting everything outside as well. Eichmeyer's not the only one on this Bergen team that can make the shot from the outside. So they are being very cautious not to let too many fall. There's a 3. Kendall Bender knocks down the tray, and it's down to a 2-point game.
Great penetrating kick. Steve Wimhoff, the one going into lane, drawing the defenders and kicking it out for the 3.
Retaliation 3, no. And the rebound to St. Francis with a chance to tie with a 2. Bender pull up, blocked by Eichmeyer.
Flyers fans thought there was a little hack on the arm with the shot attempt, but no whistle.
Yeah, there's been a lot of fans this year who have thought that maybe Eichmeyer's gotten more fouls than he actually has, but that's natural. You see someone like that who has such great athletic ability and has such a reputation, no doubt you're going to get some breaks once in a while from the officials with a reputation, but also a lot of it's just basic natural ability.
Absolutely.
Eichmeyer looks into the corner and move it around quickly, still trying to find the open shot. St. Francis, though, recovering nicely. Now, here's a three from the corner, and the rebound, that's going to be a foul. It's going to go against Bergen. Morrissey, I thought maybe he was in position to get the basketball, and he actually came down with it, but he's called with a foul.
Too much body on the rebound attempt. Credit to Humphrey St. Francis on that possession. A longer possession, just staying to their defense. A lot of moving around because there were some skip passes thrown around by Archbishop Bergen, so it was Humphrey St. Francis drifting over, not letting anybody get an open look.
Mitchell Weiser.
And that's tough to do because at all times, you got to keep Wes Eichmeyer accounted for.
And just like that, Bergen quickly down the floor. Eichmeyer again. 17 of the 19 points. Eric Kessler, the head coach of the Flyers, stomping the ground with his foot. Upset that they let Eichmeyer through like that.
And nobody picked up the ball. That's the #1 thing you do in transition defense. Make sure somebody defends the point of attack.
It has been the Wes Eichmeyer show in the first half. However, St. Francis still very much in this game. There's a three, up too long. Offensive board, put back, foul, and count it.
Wimhoff with a strong finish. And I just love the effort by Humphrey St. Francis today.
Well, they have definitely brought their game up. And we should mention, St. Francis, obviously this championship experience from 2 years ago, their only losses came to Battle Creek and Norfolk Catholic, two teams out of their class, higher classification. Everything else, though, has gone their way in a 23-2 season so far.
Yeah, the Flyers got rolling late in the season. They squeaked out a 3-point district championship win over Palmer. Palmer, we saw here at the state tournament.
So after the conversion by Wimhoff on the old-fashioned three-point play, it's down to a 1-point game, under 3 to go in the first half.
Programming on NET Television is made possible in part by U.S. Bank. The U.S. Bancorp Foundation supports charitable, educational, and community service-oriented organizations in communities across Nebraska and the nation. U.S. Bank employees dedicate their time and efforts to local causes they are truly passionate about. U.S. Bank. Wherever you go, you'll find us.
A good cowboy can't go to bed at night if his cows are hungry. You spend all your life taking care of animals.
These are the stories that made Nebraska the beef state. Coming this June on NET1 and NET HD.
One-point contest, 2:57 to go in the second quarter. The D1 championship game. We already have one championship in the book. That's C1 going to the 5 seed, Hastings St. Cecilia.
This is the 1 seed. Archbishop Bergen right now with just a 1-point lead. 3-ball in and out by Rasmussen. And here come the Flyers with a chance to take the lead. They had the early lead of 1-0. Bergen has led since, as Wes Eichmeyer has scored 17 of the 19 points. Eichmeyer with a near steal, and then picks the pocket of Corus. Here he comes.
Wow, that's the benefit of having a very athletic player at the top of that zone.
Does he ever get tired?
Doesn't it just look smooth, John?
It does. And he has not spent a single second on the bench here. Poke that ball away, but it rattles around to St. Francis. Here's an open shot. That's a two-point jumper for Randy Foltz. So St. Francis not going anywhere.
Yeah, there's been a couple chances for Bergen to really just go on a run to take a commanding lead, but the Flyers refusing to let that happen. They've always answered.
Rasmussen trapped in the corner and a timeout taken. St. Francis doing a nice job. They are funneling the ball. They're letting Rasmussen get it over in the corner. The last couple of times he's missed three-pointers. That time they had him trapped. And so Bergen having to come up with something new here, as they have done a good job. Sure, Eichmeyer's got 19 of the 21 points, but you know, sometimes there are two different philosophies. You can either do everything you can to take out that one guy, or you do everything you can to take the other four guys out of the offense. You go ahead and let the star get his points as long as no one else does anything too harmful, and that's been the story so far.
A long timeout. Dan Hedman was in the mix. Dan, what do you got?
Guys, during that last timeout, they stressed their players over on the St. Francis bench. No second chance opportunities. They didn't mention Wes Eichmeyer. They just said don't let him get second chances. So we'll look for that coming down the stretch of the first half here.
All right, thanks, Dan. 1:44 left after the block out of bounds. Take a look at it again. And once again, it's Nathan Noonan doing the damage. Eichmeyer's going to take a long-range three. That was a well over 25 feet, probably close to 30-foot jump shot. And it was short.
It's confidence in your range.
And that was no confidence in the pass. Here comes Bergen right back the other way. They lead by one, 1:20 to go in the first half. Again, funnel the ball into the corner.
Humphrey St. Francis really needing a defensive stop here.
A drive in. Is that going to be a charge or a block? It's a charge. And kipping back up is Brian Likas. And Likas has just picked up his second.
A little out of control. Noonan's there. You see how Likas lowered the shoulder, bulldozed in. I don't think many players in D1 are going to knock Noonan down.
No, especially Likas, 6'1", giving up 9 solid inches.
So here we go, St. Francis with the basketball. Chance to take the lead. Less than a minute to go in the half.
Been very patient here so far. Working for that shot. They go into the big guy, but he rolls it off the rim, no good. And the rebound pulled out of there by Archbishop Bergen.
Great job, though, working the ball around the perimeter. They got the shot they wanted. Unfortunately, it did not fall.
Eichmeyer had the open shot, then lost control in the lane, and nope, Bender was out of bounds. That time, Eichmeyer had the open look from the corner, but decided to penetrate, then lost his balance and got away with a near turnover. He's turned the ball over 4 times today. But he has scored 19 of Bergen's 21 points. Can the Knights find somebody else to help complement their star? Off the fingertips of Mitchell Weiser, so it'll remain Bergen basketball with 29.6 seconds left before halftime. Class D1 championship live from the Bob Devaney Sports Center. John Bishop, Kevin Suits, Dan Hedman, the third member of our crew. We'll have coaches' interviews at the break. Entry pass, turnover. Tried to get it into Derek White.
The entry pass just a little too tall. White off his fingertips, goes out of bounds. And again, St. Francis with the chance to take the lead. They've had several opportunities here late in the half.
So into the front court come the Flyers.
And most of these times the Flyers have had the basketball, they've gotten off a clean look.
Bender across the floor. They look for the open shot. Foltz, jump pass. It's up. It's no good. Ball tipped around. That'll do it for the end of the first half. Humphrey St. Francis hanging right in there with the undefeated and top-ranked Archbishop Bergen Knights. It's 21-20 as we go to the half. And let's go down courtside. Dan Hedman is with Flyers coach Eric Kessler.
All right, Coach, Wes Eichmeyer, 19 points in the first half. How do you slow this kid down?
Well, you know, he's going to get his. They only have 21 total, so he's got 19, but we're mainly worried about the team score, and we're doing okay as far as that's going.
We joked before the game, no one was giving you guys a shot. You're right in this one. What's the key down the stretch here?
Well, we're going to have to continue to play hard defensively. I think we're doing a nice job defensively, and then take care of the ball down on the other side, which we're doing okay at times. We got to get Nathan going a little bit inside, take advantage of his size advantage, but we're doing okay.
All right, well, let's get back in the locker room. Thanks for stopping in. As we go to break, it's Archbishop Bergan 21, St. Francis 20.
Programming provided by Nebraska Public Power District.
My job as an engineer for the Nebraska Public Power District is rewarding. My education and technical skills are used every day to help generate electricity for Nebraskans. And I feel good because I believe that what I do maintains the state's quality of life.
NPPD is where I want to be.
Nebraska Public Power District. Always there when you need us. Together with your local public power utility.
Programming is provided in part by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska.
These cost about $50. This costs about $57,000. Choosing to use these can help you avoid this. And since inactivity is a better predictor of death than smoking, high blood pressure, and even heart disease, using these more and this less could save you more than money. A message that's good to know from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska.
Programming on NET television is provided in part by Education Quest Foundation. For over 20 years, Education Quest has provided free college planning resources to help students search colleges, search for scholarships, complete financial aid applications, and learn more about student loans. Education Quest is located in Kearney, Lincoln, and Omaha. Appointments available at 800-666-3721.
The NSAA State High School Basketball Championships are underwritten in part by Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us, together with your local public power utility. Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, grants, and college planning services. And by U.S. Bank, measuring success through performance, pride, products, and people, backed by a 5-star service guarantee. U.S. Bank, member FDIC.
If you're a fan of NET Sports, I invite you to join our Sports Partners Club. As a club member, you can receive a member certificate, a duffel bag, a signed Matt Davison poster, and other club extras. But more than that, you'll be supporting the team that delivers Nebraska sports action to your home. Log on to netnebraska.org/sportspartners or call 1-800-634-6788 and join today.
The Class D1 All-State team unveiled. This is according to the coaches. That 10-11 polled and compiled throughout the state. At the top, obviously, Wes Eichmeyer. But from top to bottom, there's some shooters here. Wes Eichmeyer is not the only one in D1 that has range.
No doubt about it. Bryson Malberg of Elwood averages almost as many points as Wes Eichmeyer does, 27 a game. And then you've got Neil Kirchristy of Palmer. It really is a high-scoring bunch, which is not too unusual. I mean, once in a while, in Class D especially, you'll get that one guy who really ends up being the star of the team, can make a lot of shots, and that's what we have here. We've got just a wealth of scoring, basically an average of almost 100 points a game when you look at all 5 of these guys top to bottom.
And a shout-out for Connor Heisey. He set Pender's single-season three-point record. So he's definitely a guy that can step out and shoot the three, and from top to bottom, I'm very impressed by the D1 team. I think the level in D1 has certainly elevated this year.
No doubt about it. Nathan Bacon of Overton, also a member of that coach's All-State team. We'll have the All-State teams of all of these classes throughout the course of our broadcast today as we honor them here on this championship Saturday. But so far, No surprise, it's been Wes Eichmeyer's show in terms of Bergen's offense. But as you heard from Eric Kessler, they're going to let him get his points just so much as they don't let him get too many. They're concentrating on the other 4 guys on the floor, and so far it's working.
And that philosophy has been executed right to the T. Humphrey St. Francis down by just 1. And a lot of the disruption that the Flyers are doing are right in the lane. Yes, Eichmeyer may be hanging out there with a clean look, but the Flyers are getting down the floor and getting some points themselves.
21-20, our halftime score. We'll have more halftime activities when we come back, including a look at the first half statistics.
The NSAA State High School Basketball Championships are underwritten in part by Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us, together with your local public power utility. The Nebraska Soybean Board, encouraging the use of renewable biodiesel fuels for a healthier environment. For information, nebraskasoybeans.org. And by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska. The Blues are good for you.
Television is changing to a new digital format called DTV, and we're here to tell you how it might affect you.
DTV is already available, and starting in February 2009, it'll be the only way to broadcast in America.
The new system looks and sounds great, but changing over does raise a few questions.
Like, do I have to buy a new TV?
Not necessarily. If you have cable TV or a satellite dish, you're good to go.
Likewise, if you purchased a TV recently or you plan to, you're good to go too.
Now, if you watch PBS on the old rabbit ears or have a rooftop antenna, you're going to need a converter box. They should cost between $40 and $70.
And you can get a $40 coupon to help you pay for the box. There's more information on your screen.
With a little effort now, you'll be able to enjoy PBS for years to come.
You wouldn't want to miss this old house.
Now that would be a tragedy.
The halftime numbers of this Class D1 championship, Archbishop Bergen leading St. Francis by 1. Big difference? Well, okay, Wes Eichmeyer has 19 of the 21. We've told you about that. He's 8 of 12 shooting. The rest of Bergen, just 1 of 12 from the field. Meanwhile, 6 different players in scoring for St. Francis, led by Kendall Bender with 6 points. 21-20, Archbishop Bergen. Just by a point. We've got a whole second half to go. Stay right there.
The NSAA State High School Basketball Championships are underwritten in part by Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us, together with your local public power utility. Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, grants, and college planning services. And by U.S. Bank, measuring success through performance, pride, products, and people, backed by a 5-star service guarantee. U.S. Bank, member FDIC.
In for the touchdown! Schindler won't be touched, and he's in for 6.
I've studied hundreds of species of birds, really, but just the thought of seeing the cranes in the spring, I can hardly wait.
Sunday afternoon at 5:30 Central Time on NET1.
Welcome back to the Bottom of Any Sports Center. Coach, your team up a point. The 2 stories of the game, I guess, Wes Eichmeyer with 19 of those 21. Your team with a bunch of fouls, though, as well.
Yeah, we're a little concerned, obviously, about the foul situation, taking away some of our scoring with Jim Wilmus off the perimeter. They're doing a great job defensively, finding people, and we just got to be more aggressive offensively. We're standing around a lot. Their zone's very good, but again, we got to be aggressive with some of our other players.
There's some question about Eichmeyer's health coming in. He looks pretty good in the first half.
Yeah, he's a gamer. He's gonna step up, and again, we expect that from him. This is the state championship game. This is what it's all about.
All right, thanks, Coach. We'll just get back with your team. We'll take a break. When we come back, the second half.
Programming provided by Nebraska Public Power District.
My job with Nebraska Public Power District takes me to new heights, offers me challenging experiences. Like me, the utility cares about Nebraska. I go home at night knowing that what I do makes a difference. To put it simply, I am where I want to be.
Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us. Together with your local public power utility.
Rising from acres of Midwestern farm fields, a revolution is coming. A new era of energy independence from foreign oil. It's called soy biodiesel. Made with soybean oil, this fuel is a sustainable, renewable resource. America, it's time for an oil change. Soy biodiesel, grown in the Midwest.
Funding is provided in part by the Dr. Thomas and Dorothy Hallstrom Fund, created to support broadcasting of the Nebraska State High School basketball tournament.
(21-20) as we get set to start the second half. Archbishop Bergan and Humphrey St. Francis, the D1 championship ball game.
Should mention, of course, this is the first year for third-place games at the state tournament. Earlier today in Class D1, Hayes Center beat Meade at 61-46. So congratulations to the Hayes Center Cardinals, who are the third-place team this year in Class D1. This is for the big trophy, and right now Bergen's got the narrow 1-point lead. You heard Chris Paulson talk about getting Jim Wilmus back into the game. Well, first shot right off the hands of Travis Brown is short, and the rest of Bergen minus Eichmeyer, 1 of 13 from the floor. Oh, that pass was intended for Noonan, and
Noonan did not see it coming.
He had no idea that pass was headed his way. All he needed to do, heck, if he'd have been about a foot over to his left, it'd have hit him right in the head.
Grazed right by his hair.
Eichmeyer for 3. Too high, and a rebound for Noonan. Near steal, Bender. And
thought about the 3. Instead, they're going to choose some clock.
Bender's 3 rolls in and out. Rebound to Travis Brown. Up ahead to Eichmeyer. Eichmeyer feeds for the corner to Likas. And we've got a foul away from the ball, and Eichmeyer drains the 3, but the shot came long after the whistle.
Randy Foltz trying to get through a screen, extended his arm and pushed the Bergen player setting the pick down to the floor.
Well, you know, St. Francis has a good football program.
That was a very football-style play. Guys in front of you, knock them down.
Drive in, Wilmus lost it right off his foot. Wilmus, remember, is playing with 3 fouls. So too is Brown on the floor for Bergen, number 15 with 3 fouls. Bender takes it up strong. Now here's the outlet to Eichmeyer. Now he does not have the numbers here and pulls it back out, looking for help from teammates. Trying to find somebody open. St. Francis doing a marvelous job on defense here.
Have been all game long. That's what they've been doing. It's the middle of that zone is scrappy.
Ball knocked away, and here comes Eichmeyer running the break. Will he take it in himself? Yes, he will. Gets it past the blocked attempt by Nathan Noonan, and the first points of the second half scored by none other than Wes Eichmeyer, who now is 21.
It was all about body control there. Was patient enough to adjust his shoulders a little bit because he knew Noonan was in pursuit, going for the block.
Ball pinballing around out there as some passes getting a little out of control now. Eichmeyer will take the three. Yes. Oh my. Is he something or what? 24 of 26 scored by Wes Eichmeyer. We're back.
Hi, I'm Matt Davison, and I drive Nebraska's highways almost every day. Please use caution when driving in winter weather, and watch for highway workers as they clear the roads. Slow down when you meet a snowplow, and don't brake suddenly if you're traveling in front of one. They can't stop as quickly as a car or pickup. If you're gonna head out in winter weather, check out the Nebraska Travel Information website at 511nebraska.org, or just dial them at 511. Don't take any chances this year. If there's ice and snow, take it slow.
The NSAA State High School Basketball Championships are underwritten in part by Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us, together with your local public power utility. The Nebraska Soybean Board, encouraging the use of renewable biodiesel fuels for a healthier environment. For information, nebraskasoybeans.org. And by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska. The Blues are good for you.
Wes Eichmeyer hitting his fourth three-pointer of the ball game. That ups his point total to 24.
26-20. Bergen with 6-point lead through the lane. There's the rebound, another try. Fultz will take the three and almost had a 3-point or 4-point play opportunity. Instead, it'll be 3 free throws as Eichmeyer commits the foul. That is his first, which is the worst news I could give a St. Francis Flyer fan at this point. They could really use Eichmeyer to spend any time whatsoever off the floor.
I don't know if he's really sat at all today.
He is not.
And remember, he still has that back, quote-unquote, injury that he's playing through.
So Randy Fultz will get a chance to make a three-pointer the hard way. All at the free throw line. At least it won't be contested. First one's good. Fultz, a 6-foot senior, averages 13 points a game. Scored 19 yesterday against Hayes Center in the overtime thriller. And was held to just a single point against West Boyd on Thursday in the victory over the Pirates. Here's the third free throw attempt. He'll go 2 for 3. The lead for Bergen is 4.
Bergen trying to extend that zone. By extending it, you can create a little bit more, a few more gaps in the middle of it. That's where they've had problems today.
Eichmeyer drawing attention outside, though. As you can see, they'll extend it out enough to keep their eyes right on him. Now they can open it up. He'll dribble, penetrate. He'll dish underneath. A nice pass. Joey Spellerberg, who is the only other player to score. He's got 4 of the Bergen 28.
I think everybody in the building thought Wes Eichmeyer was going to go up with that. Spellerberg had the seal down low. Good awareness by Eichmeyer to see that Spellerberg was open in the post.
3 from the corner, Rainbow, no good, but there's the offensive board and the Bergen foul. And that's going to be on Likas, I believe. And that would be his third foul.
That's 3 players for Bergen with 3 fouls.
So yeah, Likas, Brown, and Wilmus all with 3 apiece. It's the second foul of the half on the Knights. First foul shot for Nathan Noonan. Noonan was one of the 3 players on this current roster who were on the floor in the state finals 2 years ago, but he only came in after the game was well decided, just played a handful of seconds in the 70-34 win over Axtell.
And not many people say they can play in the state championship game. So any experience is good experience.
28-24, Knights, 3 from Lycus. Yes! Rattles home. That will certainly help Bergen's efforts if they can at least just get a semblance of a threat somewhere else. Bender for 3.
Splash. Nothing but net. Sweet stroke by Bender. That keeps Humphrey St. Francis in the contest.
And Eichmeyer lost the ball, and it looked like it was a clean steal, but they call the foul. And that welcome by Chris Paulson. Let's see it again. He's going to try to go right between defenders. I'm going to have to say that was a pretty clean strip by Weiser. Eichmeyer. 27 points for Wes Eichmeyer on his 5th 3, is that right?
That is correct.
And it's Bergen basketball again.
Eichmeyer 5 of 9 from downtown, 11 of 16 from the floor. That puts him at 27 points. He's closing in on yesterday's total.
And coming in is Miles Corris for Humphrey St. Francis. Flyers with a record of 23-2. We told you in the first half, their only loss is coming to Class C, Battle Creek and Norfolk Catholic. So this is not a bad basketball team by any stretch of the imagination, and they have done a good job of staying right in this game against a Bergen team that has been considered since the end of last season the best team among the lower classified teams in the state of Nebraska. Timeout going to be called by Bergen here, a 30-second timeout, and that means Class C as well. A lot of folks thought that, especially because of Wes Eichmeyer, that Bergen was without question the team to beat in Class D. And they have proven that so far with the undefeated record, but St. Francis is no slouch. And we should mention too, while we've got a moment, it's been really an up and down year for a lot of teams in Class D this year. Let's salute some of the other squads. Hayes Center, who has made a rare appearance at state. They finished with a 23-2 record. Callaway making their first tournament appearance in over 50 years this year. They were back. Kennesaw here this year. Palmer and Meade and Wes Boyd, who we used to know as Spencer Naper. So even though a lot of attention's been paid to Bergen, a lot of good programs in Class D. 3 on the way, no good by Lycus.
Some of the old school powers returning to form, coming back to the state. You look at Meade, they won championships in 1926, 32, 35, and they're back here at state for the first time since 2002.
Nice little runner in the lane, Randy Foltz. A much needed 2 for St. Francis. And the lead is 5. Despite Wes Eichmeyer's prolificency here this afternoon, Bergen still has not extended the lead past that 7 points they had just a moment ago. Wilmus. Well, that's what Coach Paulson wanted to see, is some opportunities for Wilmus, and he finally contributes offensively. Right back the other way, though. That 3 was well off the mark by Bender, and now Bergen with an 8-point lead and a chance to really extend it out now, but lost on the floor, and a timeout taken. Bergen's going to have to burn their 3rd timeout as Lycus went down to the ground with 2:12 left to play here in the 3rd period, and they will have only 2 remaining for the balance of the game.
Well, they say shooting is contagious. We saw Wes Eichmeyer, all game long hitting his shots. Now, Lycus hits a 3, Wilmus hits a 3, so the shots are starting to fall for everybody for Archbishop Bergen.
Well, and they've said since the beginning of the season, the thing that would make this Bergen team better is a more experienced and a solid supporting cast, and we're starting to see that indication. Of course, for most of us in the state, this is the first time we've had a chance to see Bergen. I had a chance to see them play a couple of times earlier this year and also last year in the state tournament. And I think it is definitely held true to form that no question everything runs in and out with Wes Eichmeyer. He is the straw, but he has not done this alone this year for Archbishop Bergen.
You look at some of the other numbers from his teammates. Likas averaging 11.3. Wilmus around 8. It's a good supporting cast, and they really came up big when Archbishop Bergen was actually pushed in their district championship game against Freeman. And Eichmeyer was really contained in the first 3 quarters of that contest, so it was up to the likes of Likas and Wilmus to step up late.
Yeah, I think Eichmeyer ended up with 20 points, but it was a very, had to be a workmanlike 20 points. He really struggled shooting the ball in that game against Freeman, who played very well defensively through most of that contest. St. Francis, for the most part today, has done the same thing. Now, Eichmeyer's had a much better shooting touch than he did in that district final, but this game still in doubt. More than a quarter to go. And Bergen's going to take some time on this possession. Wilmus will draw some attention. And a reach in. And they're going to get that one on Kendall Bender. That will be Bender's second foul. Let's go down to Dan Hedman, who's courtside.
Yeah, guys, I've got a special guest here, and he's really tall, so we need to pan up. It's Alex March of the Huskers. What do you think of this Wes Eichmeyer? He'll be in the Big 12 next year.
Obviously, he's a very talented guy. He's got 27 points in the 3rd quarter, and he's going to be tough in the Big 12. I mean, a lot of talent. He's got 4 years ahead of him of Big 12 action, so I think the Huskers are, very excited to play against him, and he's going to bring to us, and we're going to bring to him.
Real quick, big game coming up for you this weekend, Senior Day. What's it mean to you?
It means a lot. I mean, playing my last game at home in front of, Nebraska, tremendous fans, and I'm very excited.
All right, thanks. The Alex March, kind enough to stop in with us. Back to you guys.
Alex, as we see it after the loose ball, here comes Eichmeyer taking it in on 2 defenders. There's 2 more. He's got 29 now. Alex sometimes gets a hard rap once in a while because maybe he'll miss too many shots in the paint. But I'll tell you, you talk about a guy who has brought his game every single time out, and he gives great effort all the time. He really, even though he has played a starring role for the last couple of years for Nebraska basketball, he really is going to be an unsung hero when the history is written about Nebraska basketball and the history of Alex March. Really a great guy, and so very fortunate that he decided to come back when it was thought maybe he wouldn't after the coaching change. As Randy Fultz drains the 3, a much needed 3 for St. Francis, making it a 7-point game. Wilmus had his pass deflected and taken away. Bender down the other way. St. Francis could really do themselves a favor. They can get some points here, and that's going to be a foul.
Couple arms flying in there trying to swat that away.
And they're going to catch that one on Isaac Morrissey. That's his second. And I say this is important here. There's 26.5 seconds left. St. Francis down by 7 and a chance to score here. St. Francis also, unless it changes, will get the possession arrow to start the 4th quarter. So they will have the basketball first unless that would change here in the next few seconds. So if they can score here, get a stop before the half, you've got a chance to get within a single possession, potentially.
The Flyers just have not gone away. They've countered several times with big shots, and they should feel awfully lucky to have this as a 5-point ball game.
39-34. Bergen will hold for the last shot. Eichmeyer's got 10 seconds. Likas, here they come. Wilmus thought about going for 3, then lost it. Then we've got a wrestling match at center court, and Likas knocks over Steve Wemhoff, who was heading down the floor. So not only does St. Francis have that possession arrow to start the quarter, but they've just pulled another foul out of Likas, and they've got a chance here. He is fouled on the shot. That's 3 free throws, and the shot almost went in. And that was on Likas.
That's why a lot of times coaches
He has fouled out of the game with 2 fouls in the last 5 seconds.
That's why a lot of times coaches tell you right before the half or before a buzzer, just kind of back off, try to defend them, but don't get too close. Likas got caught up in the moment and tried to swat it. And that was a good call, I feel, by the officials, because he got a lot of body on it. And Bender never really got a a good chance to put up a good shot.
Now, Kendall Bender, who was fouled on the three-point attempt, will get 3 free throws to end the period, plus Flyer basketball after the timeout.
Likas in disbelief, too, on the bench.
2 fouls in 5 seconds has fouled him out of the game. Now, the second one missed. A possible turning point in this game. We'll go to the 4th quarter. It's Bergen 39, St. Francis 36 in the D1 championship.
The NSAA State High School Basketball Championships are underwritten in part by Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us, together with your local public power utility. Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, grants, and college planning services. And by U.S. Bank, measuring success through performance, pride, products, and people, backed by a 5-star service guarantee. U.S. Bank, member FDIC.
Get ready for the Osmonds! Celebrating 50 years of entertainment. Don't miss the Osmonds reunion concert.
Coming soon to NET1.
Humphrey St. Francis turns a 10-point game into a 4-point contest in the final minute 39 of the 3rd quarter. So a big swing for the Flyers right before 4th quarter here.
Now with Likas having fouled out, you still have Brown and Wilmus playing with 3 fouls each. So just keep that in mind as this game goes on. And Bergen's 39 or 39 points, 29 have been scored by Wes Eichmeyer. And that one just flat taken away. Outlet down the floor. Here comes Eichmeyer. And there's points 30 and 31.
I thought he was going to go off the window with that one, but hey, what do I know? He's strong to the rack. I guess you can just lay it in without the glass if you got the hops like that.
The thing about him is he has gone in from so many different angles. I don't think he's missed when he's done that here today. That was just an errant pass. Noonan could only tap it. Now outlet down the floor, up ahead, no. Gets his own miss though. Morrissey will keep it alive for the Knights. They lead by 5. They've already lost guard Brian Likas for the game. He is fouled out. They'll look inside, nice pass. A shot deflected off the glass, no. Tie-up is called. Bergen basketball on the alternating possession. Spellerberg will essentially play the role that Likas had to some degree. There's the entry to Eichmeyer. Nice up and under. My goodness. Can score in so many different ways. 33 points for the All-Stater.
He can certainly do it all. It's going to be fun to watch him develop over the next 4 years at Iowa State.
That is a nice-looking pass underneath. Unfortunately, Steve Wemloff could not handle it. They had the right idea. And give some credit to Bergen here after St. Francis got that huge momentum swing at the end of the 3rd period. It's been Bergen that has been coming out swinging here in the 4th.
St. Francis just unable to get over the hump. They've been hanging around the entire game, keeping it around a 4-point deficit. But they've yet to close any closer than that.
Got as big as 10, but that lead quickly evaporated. And now Bergen trying to extend it back out. Eichmeyer up and under through the lane, finds his teammate, and Isaac Morrissey off the assist. It's a 9-point Knights lead and a timeout St. Francis. Eric Kessler burns it here with 6:04 to play in regulation, as he may be sensing things slipping away just a bit. St. Francis, they need to draw something up. We'll be back. 4th quarter action continues after this.
Programming provided by Nebraska Public Power District.
My job as an engineer for the Nebraska Public Power District is rewarding. My education and technical skills are used every day to help generate electricity for Nebraska. And I feel good because I believe that what I do maintains the state's quality of life.
NPPD is where I want to be.
Nebraska Public Power District. Always there when you need us. Together with your local public power utility.
Rising from acres of Midwestern farm fields, a revolution is coming. A new era of energy independence from foreign oil. It's called soy biodiesel. Made with soybean oil, this fuel is a sustainable, renewable resource. America, it's time for an oil change. Soy biodiesel, grown in the Midwest.
We've been told that there's a few hundred Beatrice fans waiting outside to come in. The Orangemen on deck with the Class B championship game against Elkhorn. But first, they got the D1 to wrap it up.
Final 6 minutes of regulation here. The shot was partially blocked, and Nathan Noonan, the big 6'10" senior, comes away with the loose change and puts it back down. Much needed basket for St. Francis. You know, Bergen has had a couple of spots in this game, both first half and here recently, where they've had a chance to maybe throw a knockout blow, but St. Francis has come back scrapping. Could this be another one of those moments? Wilmus drawing a double team way out beyond the arc.
It's going to have to get done defensively. That's where the Flyers have had most of their success today.
And Bergen seems to be content here to do a little clock killing. Well, a lot of attention over there. Wilmus doing a nice job of just handling that ball. A look outside, 3 on the way, short, but an offensive rebound. And look at the pressure in the corner on Morrissey. He cannot get rid of it, and they have to call a timeout. 5-second count was on. And a timeout taken by Bergen. They have 1 remaining with 4:57 left to play. Bergen leads by 7.
Hi, I'm Matt Davison, and I drive Nebraska's highways almost every day. Please use caution when driving in winter weather, and watch for highway workers as they clear the roads. Slow down when you meet a snowplow, and don't brake suddenly if you're traveling in front of one. They can't stop as quickly as a car or pickup. If you're gonna head out in winter weather, check out the Nebraska Travel Information website at 511nebraska.org, or just dial them at 511. Don't take any chances this year. If there's ice and snow, take it slow.
Programming on NET Television is made possible in part by U.S. Bank, fulfilling their commitment to serve customers wherever they are on their terms, providing a full range of banking services at 57 branch offices and more than 100 ATMs located conveniently across Nebraska. Wherever you go, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, you'll find us.
In 4 minutes and 57 seconds, we will crown a Class D1 state champion, Archbishop Bergen, in the driver's seat for that right now. 7-point lead, but don't count Humphrey St. Francis out just yet.
Wilmus on the inbound. Bergen has been spending the last couple of minutes burning some clock here. Dangerous pass, and he's stepping on the sidelines, out of bounds. And Wilmus trugs down the other way. A grimace from Chris Paulson. That call came right in front of him. 45-38, St. Francis not going anywhere. Lead was 10 a little while ago, 9 just a few moments ago. Now a chance to get within 5, maybe even 4. But Bergen playing great defense in the paint as they strip the ball away from Randy Foltz and then draw the foul. And for Foltz, that's his second.
That really started with
team foul against St. Francis.
It really started with Travis Brown. He was the one guarding the ball as the play got set up, and Brown was just right in the grill. Straight up man-to-man defense, and sure enough, Archbishop Bergen gets the ball up by 7.
Wilmus is just going to wait. Now it's Eichmeyer's turn. We're going to burn some clock, and that one was tipped out of bounds. The pass by Mitchell Weiser. So Bergen will have to inbound here.
Bergen's last state championship coming in at 1987. The head coach then, Wes Eichmeyer's father. So I'm sure there's a few things said at home.
Well, there were 2 championships in the 80s, 80 and 87. It's been a long way, but they're back. Here comes the break. Hanging layup, no, and then the dunk attempt really essentially ejected the own shot. If we see that dunk again, that ball I think was headed down through the cylinder, but then when Noonan came up to try to flush it, he moved the rim and rejected the ball. Let's see it again, but watch, I think this shot's going down. Almost.
Too hard to tell. Noonan partly might have grabbed the rim just for the fact that...
Eichmeyer gets the turnover. And Wes convinced the officials that that's exactly what happened. Kendall Bender with a look of disbelief. He thought Eichmeyer touched it last. And the St. Francis fans who have thought that Eichmeyer's gotten every call in this game have more reason to say the same. At least in their minds.
So Jason Wilmus got poked in the eye. Incidental contact right at the point.
Steve Wemhoff with the foul, that's his first. 5th team foul on St. Francis. You have to give Bergen a little bit of credit here. As a team that is used to scoring a lot of points, they're showing patience here, realizing that they don't have to rush anything. Sometimes you'll get a team that is used to scoring. They want to keep scoring. Here's the 3. There's Eichmeyer. You know, it's been a while since we've said he scored, and well, there it is. Is that the 6th or the 7th 3?
6 of 10 now. Catch, shoot, piece of cake for Wes Eichmeyer.
Retaliation 3 short, rebound. Kicked out of there somehow by Noonan, who at one point was sitting on the basketball. And then a reach-in foul. And that'll mean free throws for St. Francis. Eichmeyer scored now 36 of the 48 points, which means in this tournament, they're going to make me do the math here, so that's 71. And well, that's an even 100, if my math is correct.
36, 35, and 29, correct?
That's an even 100, I believe. I was never very good with numbers.
I'm very proud. You didn't have to bust out the calculator.
Close enough. However you want to spell it, it has been an impressive state tournament. And yes, he is a senior. So the rest of this D1 especially can just rest assured. 48-39.
St. Francis coming out with that full court pressure.
And now Bergen can up the tempo. Eichmeyer takes the 3, but that's short. And coming in and making the rebound. Nice job, Isaac Morrissey, to save the possession. And then the foul is on Kendall Bender, and that's his 3rd. Watch it again. Grabs it. And they say he was pushed out.
Just a little body coming down with the basketball. Kendall Bender was right on Morrissey's body.
And once again, Bergen just content to burn clock.
Where it's nice to have a player like Wes Eichmeyer, a sense of calm in this situation. Up by 9, just trying to milk the clock.
He'll take it through the lane himself and count it. Pushing 40 now.
My oh my, what can he not do?
Falling down and away from the basket at an angle. Pictures tell the whole story.
Even if you're a Humphrey St. Francis fan, you really have to applaud the effort by Wes Eichmeyer today. This is pretty remarkable. 6 of 11 from distance.
He would have to he'd still have to be unconscious here, and he missed the free throw, so he's on 38. He still has a way to go, though, to set the state record in one game for all classes, but he is just 3 points away from tying the Class D1 scoring record by Brian Wilson of Culbertson, and he's going to get a chance right here to get closer. shot, but this one does not go in. First time today where Eichmeyer's gone in for a layup, and it hasn't fallen through.
Eichmeyer has 16 field goals on the day. That ties the Class D1 record for field goals in one game at the state tournament. The two other people who hold that record, Ken Sanders of Humphrey St. Francis, and also Chad Ideas of Adams. So one more, he's got it all to himself.
This is a free throw, however. 39 points now for Eichmeyer. Kim Verhusen of Adams is the single game record for points in a state tournament game with 52. Timeout on the floor, a minute 54 to go. We talk records because it looks as if Bergen is on their way to a state championship. Well, Dan Hedman has found not only friends in the St. Francis section, but I believe he has found friends in the Bergen section as well, Dan.
Guys, I found the Hawaii 5-0 section of the Archbishop Bergen crowd. Was this just a major embarrassing coincidence, or did you plan to wear the same thing?
We plan to wear the same thing.
How long you guys been doing this? I know you guys saw me at the last game. You had these same things on.
Right. We decided to get these shirts so we would really stand out and show our spirit, our support for our team, so that we were show how united we are as a school for our kids.
Right now, it's looking good for them, guys. They gave me one, but it's an extra small. I don't know if it fits, but one team made a sign for Kevin, another gave me a shirt. If you want to make TV those later games, I guess you got to do something like that. Back to you guys.
Well, you know, Dan, they make Spam in Fremont, and Spam is a very popular delicacy in Hawaii. So it all makes sense why Hawaiian shirts are popular at Archbishop Bergen in Fremont. They're a minute 54 away from celebrating back at Old St. Pat's Church.
They gave Dan a small. You know, maybe
fit him though. It looked like it fit him.
Well, maybe it could fit a little better if he quit eating so many wings.
Oh, that's a good point.
You know,
Mr. Champion Wing Eater here.
I don't know if anybody caught it this week on 10-11, but Dan Hedman is your new Lincoln City champion for the fastest time to devour 12 blazing hot wings at BW3s.
My goodness. I can't handle one.
3 minutes, 20 seconds.
There's Eichmeyer with point number 40. One away from tying a D1 tournament scoring record. 52-39. For some reason, the music's still playing here in the arena as the game is going on. It reminds me of the CBA. There's a bucket by Randy Foltz. Makes it an 11-point game. Bergen trying to get it into the front court, and they do. A minute and a half to go to a state title. Bergen would be a perfect 3-0 all time in championship games. Eichmeyer not wanting to give up the ball. He'll take it through and draws the foul. That'll be 2 shots. And Eichmeyer's got a chance to set the state record right here at the line. Again, this is just the class record, not the all-class record, but just the D1 record. So Brian Wilson has his Wes Eichmeyer voodoo out right now, and it worked. He can do no better than tie right here. As you take a look at the rest of the Knights getting ready to celebrate a state title, they can hang on for another 77 seconds. 41.
There it is.
A tie. 53-41. Bender looks inside, and Nathan Noonan takes it in after no one was, one of the rare times today where Noonan hasn't drawn a host of white and green jerseys. Timeout St. Francis. That's their final timeout with 1:06 left. Now, despite the fact, as we'll take a look at that again, he just kind of backed his way in. Defense had already cleared out for the easy 2. You know, we've talked all game long about Wes Eichmeyer, but again, give some credit to St. Francis. They have really played tough today. And there was a moment there at the end of the third quarter where St. Francis turned a 10-point deficit into a 3-point deficit, and you thought maybe they'd take the momentum right back because they had Bergen had lost Brian Likas. He had fouled out at the end of the third quarter, but Bergen came right out and had a couple of body blows, if you will, to use a boxing analogy, and extended the lead back out to 7, and really St. Francis has drawn no closer.
Yeah, that big run by Archbishop Bergen, remember, that wasn't the Wes Eichmeyer show right there. That's when some of those other role players got into the ball game, like Wilmus.
Eichmeyer has it. with a minute to go. He'll bring it into the front court himself, and he may not give up the ball. We'll see. Now he will find his teammate open underneath, but Bergen just going to burn some clock, and there's the foul. A bit of a hard foul in the estimation of Isaac Morrissey, who thought maybe it drew an intentional call, but no such luck. First foul on Miles Chorus, 49.9 seconds remaining. And here's Isaac Morrissey, another one of the seniors, 6'2 senior, who averages 4 points a game. He has 2 here today.
Evaluating Wes Eichmeyer's play today, he got off to a pretty slow start. Remember, he had trouble finding the bucket early, but then he just got in the groove in the second quarter and never looked back. Steady scoring production by Wes Eichmeyer. He's done it inside and out.
Makes it an 11-point game. You would think presumably it's over, but neither team willing to concede at this point. Second missed. Ball tipped around, and Bergen's got it. And that should just about do it. Eichmeyer just trying to get somewhere out there, and there's the foul, and now Eichmeyer's got his chance to set the state record for points in a single D1 tournament game.
At the line for Archbishop Bergen, number 44, Wes Eichmeyer, shooting 2.
And there it is. 42 for Eichmeyer. He scored all but 12, or excuse me, all but 13 of Bergen's points here this afternoon.
16-point record, or 16-year record rather, that goes down.
Final 30 seconds left in Class D1. Bender entry pass was rejected. Off balance, nope. And a traveling is called. So St. Francis will get it back. But time has run out on the Flyers, who had a tremendous effort here this afternoon that will just come up short. Bender.
John, we don't know what's in store for the remaining 4 championships, but obviously a story we'll be talking about for quite some time, remembering the 2008 Boys State Basketball Championships. It's going to be Wes Eichmeyer's record 43 points in Class D1.
And he'll end with the basketball in his hands. The game was in his hands, and the championship belongs to Fremont Bergen. We're back with the medal presentations right after this.
Carrier.
Coming in April to NET1.
Archbishop Bergen with their 3rd state championship, first since 1987. They defeat Humphrey St. Francis 56-43. And now for our medal presentations, let's go back across the way to public address announcer Rich Broderson.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we are pleased to present the Sportsmanship Award for Class D1. We want to thank all schools, students, fans, players, and coaches for their ongoing efforts to improve sportsmanship at the state tournament and throughout the year. We also thank Awards Unlimited and the Nebraska Independent College Foundation for sponsoring these awards. Making the presentation and representing the Nebraska Athletic Directors Association is Chuck Ross of Wisner-Pilger High School. Representing the Nebraska Coaches Association is Sam Dunn of Minden High School. Presenting the award and representing the Nebraska Independent College Foundation is Dr. Stephen Fritz from Midland Lutheran College. This year's Class D1 Sportsmanship Award is presented to Humphrey St. Francis High School. Receiving the award is Principal Darren Alt, and Athletic Director Terry Wilsusen, and seniors. Congratulations, Humphrey St. Francis High School. The Nebraska School Activities Association is pleased to present medals and trophies to both of these outstanding teams. The awards will be presented by NSAA Board of Control members Dr. Bob Resnicek of Omaha West Side and Jay Beller of Battle Creek. They will be assisted by U.S. Bank Representative Lane Lindberg. First, here are the awards for the 2008 Class D1 runner-up from Humphrey St. Francis High School. Will head coach Eric Kessler and your assistant step toward the middle of the court to present the silver medals to each member of your team. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 10, Trent Clausen. Number 12, Randy Foltz. Number 14, Matt Corris. Number 20, Miles Corris. Number 22, Jamison Werner. Number 24, Steve Wimhoff. Number 30, Mitchell Weiser. Number 32, Derek Clausen. Number 40, Nick Krings. Number 42, Grant Egger. Number 44, Kendall Bender. And number 52, Nathan Noonan. All of you are welcome to receive the runner-up trophy for your school. Congratulations, Humphrey St. Francis High School, 2008 Class D1 State runner-up. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to the champions from Archbishop Bergan High School. First, head coach Chris Paulson. We have a special coaches award for you. Now, coach, hand out the gold medals to your championship team members. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 3, Brian Likas. Number 5, Tom Wendt. Number 11, Nick Jensen. Number 13, Patrick Rasmussen. Number 15, Travis Brown. Number 21, Tanner Worth. Number 24, Jim Wilmus. Number 25, Isaac Morrissey. Number 34, Joey Spillerberg. Number 44, Wes Eichmeyer. Number 45, Derek White. And number 55, David Miles. And now, all of you are welcome to receive the state championship trophy. Congratulations to the Knights of Archbishop Bergan High School, the 2008 Class D1 state basketball champions.
So there they are, hoisting the trophy that so many thought that they would, and in a state tournament that has had a lot of unexpected. Here was one thing that was expected and did come to fruition as Archbishop Bergan wins it by 13. But as we've said, a game effort by Eric Kessler and the St. Francis Flyers. The coach is now with Dan Hedman. Dan?
Coach, clearly a big game for Wes Eichmeyer, pretty much the difference in this one.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great player, and you know, he's tough to stop. But they had some other kids really step up and make some plays down the stretch, and they're a great team. A lot of credit to them. They were the best team in D1 this year, and they showed it tonight.
So your kids gave a run for their money. They only played 2 games this year within double-digit points, and your kids were in until the very end.
Yeah, we really played hard, played well. I mean, I can't ask anything more. We laid it on the line, and I'm really proud of them, and you know, it was a good basketball game.
What was this team like? 7 seniors. How much will we miss those guys?
Oh, yeah, we're going to miss them a lot. I love those guys. They did a great job for all 4 years, and we were fortunate to be down here three of their 4 years. We'll miss them. I can't say enough about them. They really put it on the line. Hard workers, get along, no problem. So just really proud of all our guys.
All right, thanks, Coach. Congratulations on a great season. Thank you. We're going to throw to break right now. When we be back, we'll break down this game.
Live coverage of the 2008 State High School Basketball Championships is brought to you in part by Where Futures Begin. Community colleges, Central, Metro, Mid-Plains, Northeast, Southeast, or Western Nebraska community colleges. State Farm Insurance is proud to sponsor Nebraska high school sports. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. The Nebraska Federation of Catholic School Parents, supporting schools that enrich Nebraska communities and promoting educational choice through identity, unity, collaboration, and empowerment. One Oak Energy Marketing, natural gas from One Oak, always a warm welcome.
Early risers and night owls, NET now begins at 6 a.m. Central Time, and we stay on until midnight. If you watch us with an antenna or satellite dish, your preschooler can catch PBS Kids shows even earlier, and you, not the kids, can stay up to watch a program until midnight. Thank you for watching NET Television.
Coming to your PBS station. Relive it all over again. My music, the 60s.
Ain't I got a feed, honey?
Set me free, why don't you, babe?
Tuesday night at 8:30 Central Time on NET1.
Yeah, man. We gotta go to a break first.
6-43 victory over Humphrey St. Francis. Taking a look at the final stats in this one, of course, Wes Eichmeyer's 43 points sets a D1 scoring record for the state tournament. And you see Bergan there team-wise with 47% field goals. Eichmeyer went 16 of 22 himself. For St. Francis, Randy Foltz finishing with 13 points. Kendall Bender, what a season it's been for him coming off that knee injury in football with 11 points today for the Flyers. Bergan, your state champions in Class D1, and we'll be back and meet them next right here on 1011 and NET.
you're enjoying this high school championship game, which is being broadcast on NET television throughout the entire state of Nebraska. High school championships have become one of the hallmarks of NET sports. People throughout Nebraska continually tell us that they're inspired by our sports coverage. From the Panhandle to the Missouri River, viewers like you enjoy watching the excitement unfold. Whether your game is basketball, football, baseball, volleyball, swimming, or rodeo, NET Sports is your home for Nebraska athletics. We'd like to bring these games into your home for many years, and in order to accomplish our goal, we need your help. The NET Foundation has established a sports endowment fund to ensure perpetual support for NET sports programming. Call me or email me to learn more about how your legacy can live through an endowment gift to NET television.
A good cowboy can't go to bed at night if his cows are hungry. You spend all of your life taking care of animals.
These are the stories that made Nebraska the beef state. Coming this June on NET1 and NET HD.
Welcome back to the Bob Devaney Sports Center, where the head coach of your D1 champions joins me now. And how does it feel to hear that?
Well, it's pretty special. We obviously are very excited. We've had a great year so far, and to finish it out like this is obviously extremely exciting and very pleasing.
One heck of a performance from number 44, Wes Eichmeyer. Talk about the job he did, setting a state record for single-game scoring today.
Well, he's a special player, no question about it. We needed him today. We needed him to step up, and he found some holes in their zone. He found some gaps and did a great job of attacking. And we did a great job finding him, too. I mean, you got to give credit to Humphrey St. Francis as well. They did a great job. They had a great season. Great kids. It was just fun. It was just a fun environment. A great game by our kids. I thought our kids did a great job stepping up. And again, what can you say? Wes Eichmeyer is a special player, and again, he deserves all the credit he's gotten because he is one heck of a player.
You mentioned the other kids stepping up. They helped in this perfect season for you guys. Does that make it any more special?
It does. I think when you talk about things coming in the season, if you said we'd have been undefeated at this point in time, we would have been a little surprised because we have such a tough schedule. Obviously Hastings St. Cecilia was the C1 state champs earlier, and we have them in our conference, and it's just so difficult to make that trek through our season. Being a D1 school, playing all C1, C2 schools, has really prepared us for this opportunity. And our kids, they didn't back down. They played aggressive. They weren't timid there, and especially in the second half. I just thought we really took it to them. We were very aggressive.
All right, thanks very much, Coach. Congratulations. We'll be back with your D1 champions right after the break.
Carrier.
Coming in April to NET1.
Hello, I'm Rod Bates, General Manager of NET. If you rely on an outdoor antenna or rabbit ears to receive your favorite television channels, you'll soon have to make some choices. You'll have three options. First, you can buy a new digital television set. Second, you can subscribe to a pay TV service like cable or satellite. And the third option is you can buy a converter box that will let you keep using your current television set. Now, the federal government started offering DTV converter coupons worth $40 each to help you afford the boxes you'll need. You can apply by calling 888-388-2009, or you can log onto the internet and go to dtv2009.gov. If you have any questions at all, you can call us here at NET for help. Our number is 1-800-634-6788. We just want to make sure you continue to receive our programs.
Welcome back. Senior Travis Brown joins me now. Travis, 4 points, 1 assist on the day, but a state title. You're holding the trophy. How's it feel?
Oh, it feels very, very relieving, and I'm very excited. Our team, we've been waiting for this for a long time, and we were very excited to do this. We were so close last year doing it. We got to semifinals, and we were very disappointed, so we knew we were going to come in and get it done. And that's the mindset we had, that we were going to come in and win.
How special is it for you to not only win all your games your senior year, but especially win the last one?
Oh, if we would have went out on a bad note, I can't explain how I would have felt and how the rest of the team would have felt. We knew we had ended on a good note, otherwise things wouldn't have been the same. We wanted to be considered one of the best teams in the state, and we do that by playing good defense and doing everything right.
All right, thanks, Travis. We'll welcome in one of your teammates now. It's Isaac Morrissey, 3 points, 5 rebounds for another senior. Isaac, welcome in. Thanks for joining us, and congratulations. What's it like?
I don't know, I can't explain it, you know. It's just a feeling that probably happens once in a lifetime, and I don't know, we're just so excited. It's a great achievement.
What was the game like watching Wes Eichmeyer out there do his thing?
You know, we just wanted to get him the ball, get him open off screens. He was feeling it this morning, so we just got it going.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, thank you.
Welcome in now teammate James Wilmus. 3 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, filling up the box score and holding the hardware right now. Talk about this journey this season, an undefeated season for you guys.
Well, we were looking forward to this season for a long time. Since we were little kids, we were saying, you know, wait till we're juniors and seniors. And, you know, this season's been perfect for us, and couldn't ask anything more.
What's it like going out on top?
Kind of a feeling where you can't get a smile off your face. You know, just walking around smiling, kind of look weird, but can't really explain it.
All right, thanks very much. All right, the 4th member of the squad right now, Brian Likas. 3 points, 5 rebounds for you, Brian. You're wearing the net around your neck. What was it like for you watching your teammate, Wes Eichmeyer, break a state record in a single game?
He's an amazing player. I mean, not only he's good, he makes everyone else around him good. And I just feel, you know, special and relieved to play with him. He's just a great guy.
You guys were one of the favorites coming in. Was there added pressure because of that? Because it didn't seem like it.
We just knew what we had to do, and we went out there and got it done, and nothing really to say. I'm so pumped that we won.
All right, we'll let you enjoy the moment and hand that trophy off to the game's high scorer, Wes Eichmeyer, Iowa State recruit. 43 points, Wes. You got to be kidding me.
That doesn't mean anything to me right now. I mean, we came down here for one goal, and that's to take this trophy, so that's all that matters to me right now.
People were talking about your back hurting coming in. Didn't seem like it. Is it hurting now that you're lifting something heavy?
It doesn't seem that heavy. I mean, I'm just so happy. I got a lot of jitters going through me, but my back's been a lot better. Our trainer worked on it for a while, so it's not as bad as it was yesterday. So
an amazing career for you. How much of an exclamation point is it? Sorry, I tapped your trophy there. How much of an exclamation point is it to end this way?
It wouldn't seem complete without winning this, and without, I mean, you can't really describe. I mean, a whole bunch of people go through their years and they want to have this dream, and I just feel really privileged, and I know all my teammates do too, to be able to hold this trophy up. So, I mean, it's really hard to describe again, just like everybody else says. So,
all right, thanks, Wes, very much. 43 points for Wes, a game high. Thanks for joining us.